Well, how's it going, everybody? This is Dylan with Music and Mascara. It's been a minute since we made a video, and we are here in, where are we? Somewhere in Illinois, some little town. Hopefully I never come back here again. It's not that great. We'll talk about the cooler ones. This is just kind of a pass through. But what I wanted to show you is we made some updates to the camera rig lately, because I don't know if you follow our Instagram at Dylan Talks Tone or Music and Mascara, or maybe even Leslie's Instagram. She really likes taking pictures of stuff that's really up close, basically macro photography. And for a while we had been using the moment lenses on the phone, but you can't really adjust anything on the phone. Like it's cool, but you can't adjust the depth of field. You can adjust the shutter speed a little bit. But the depth of field and the f-stop, really important on a macro, you can't adjust it. So we went ahead and got a new macro lens, this macro lens right here. Well, here's the thing. We shoot Canon RF. So Canon RF being the new EOS, not new, a couple years old, EOS R series. So you're looking at me right now on an EOS R6, and then I have an EOS R right here with the Laowa 100mm macro lens. This thing is really cool. It goes from f2.8 to f22. Now, you don't have to have an adapter ring. It is an RF lens. At the time of making this video, it's like $4.99, something like that. I think it's relatively clear. Now, I'm not a professional, you know, I make YouTube videos for a living, and we shoot recreationally, and we just wanted stuff that was really fun up close. Leslie wants to take pictures of bugs and flowers and all that kind of stuff. We got the Laowa 100mm macro. The downside, if you can call it a downside, is that it is 100% manual. So there's a couple of things you need to do. One, you need to make sure that your camera can shoot with a lens off, so without a lens on it, because technically the camera doesn't know that there's a lens on there when it's a full manual lens. We have a manual focus ring and we have an f-stop ring, and that's it. Shooting macro is very interesting because if you know anything about photography, basically, without getting super into the weeds here, the closer up to something that you get, the thinner the depth of field is, more or less, the less is in focus, right? So if you shoot at 2.8, really up close, you're only gonna get this sliver of depth of field, and it's really hard to get anything kind of in focus. So that means for macro photography, you have to shoot at a higher f-stop, probably 8, 11, something like that. That takes a lot of light. So most of the time when we shoot macro photography, we're outside. I'm gonna just overlay, as I'm telling you about this, a bunch of different pictures of stuff that we've taken with this macro lens. It is fantastic. It's so fun. Leslie has actually put this on a body, and typically she will go out and just shoot with this all day. The other thing about this lens is that it is not image stabilized, and so the EOS R being a non-image stabilized camera, it is helpful to put it on something with in-body image stabilization. I'm not saying you have to do it. Before we got our EOS R6, this was the best camera we had, and it takes fantastic pictures. In fact, the majority of the pictures I've been showing you have been on this, or either this or a Canon EOS RP. So it can be done, but what I have found is that once we moved this lens to something with in-body image stabilization, like the Canon R6, that it was that much better, that much sharper, and that much easier to keep very up close things in focus. So the image stabilization did really help with this lens, really a lot. So macro lens that is 2:1 magnification, 0.25 feet of minimum focus distance. You can get all the way up to just right here and be in focus super close. The thing is, I said that Leslie will go and shoot with just this lens all day long. How's that possible? Well, when we come out here to our longer focal lengths, it makes a fantastic portrait lens. Here's a few pictures of portraits that she's taken from further away, 6, 8 feet away. And what's interesting is then from 6 or 8 feet away, then you can go down to an f-stop 4 or 2.8, and really get a nice bokeh background. Really, really killer. I've actually even used it for some B-roll video-wise on my guitar YouTube channel as well. This is a super versatile, really fun lens for 500 bucks. I just wanted to share it with you today. We got another video coming out pretty soon that's gonna be about this lens, another lens that we got to go the opposite of really up close, really far away, with a big zoom lens that we got as well. And then I'm gonna tell you about our new camera body. So stay tuned. We've been doing a bunch of photography stuff around here. I know it's windy, it's getting cold, it's almost winter time. We're still in Illinois. Thanks for putting up with all the noise from that. But this has been really fun. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll share with you a new camera lens video pretty soon.